Has he done anything to hurt you or your mom?
But Marsha,
And see,
listen. Honestly, have you ever seen me hold a gun in my hand?
no.
That's all you had to say. Have you ever seen me with a gun? Have you ever seen me shoot a gun?
No.
Then and that's what that statement should say. That's what should be in your statement. I'm not telling you what to say. I'm asking you questions, Marsha, because I'm asking you questions because that should tell you what you need to tell, the truth. You've never seen me. I mean, describe a gun. Describe one. They're sitting there saying that you said that I had two guns uh, and a pistol. I've never had a pistol. I've never had a gun. And I mean, seriously. And I'm not.
know that I was pushed into a lot of things for the cops. I was scared to death because they kept the way the one investigator Grimm was threatening to take Kiara and put her in a foster home, and I was going to go to jail.
Yeah.
And then I find out later that's not what was going to happen. And
well, why do you think they did that? Why? I mean, they did that. Listen, I can't.
got a hold of my
Okay.
attorney
Listen,
today, and
I don't want to get in trouble for telling you what you should do, but I'm just saying, tell the truth. And if it was me, I would go down there and tell the truth. And from what I've heard from you, is that he sat there and told you that I was a killer, that I was a murderer, that I almost killed somebody. I mean, isn't that what he told you?
Yeah, because he was standing right in front of me. That's why you heard him so clearly.
Okay. And that's why I'm saying I heard exactly what he said, and I plan to go tomorrow and file a restraining order on him for saying that stuff to you.
Which one?
To Stone or whatever his name was, whichever that guy's name was, Grimm, Stone. I don't know their names.
Okay, Stone is the one.
Well, this is what for sure. I'm gonna name Stone. I'm gonna name Grimm. I'm gonna name Adam Burr. I'm gonna name Captain Hall. Do you know Captain Hall? He called me today, and he's like being all smart aleck with me about, oh, come down here and make a statement on my officers, and he sat there, and I know that this sheriff must have been listening, and he was implying that I threatened him every time I've been down to the police station, that I physically threatened him. That's what Captain Hall was telling his sheriff. And I'm like, really? Because Marsha was with me every time I went and talked to you. And then the sheriff calls me back, and he's sitting there saying, oh, it's funny how all of a sudden we have charges on you and now you're making complaints. And I'm like, no, dude, I've been down there several times complaining about what you guys have been doing.
Well, see, that's why I wanted to be able to do it on the computer so I wouldn't have to sit and write out everything, because I wanted to, after I did it, I wanted to do it in a professional manner, and I wanted to make sure that they stamped and dated it, and I get a copy of it.
Well, the best thing to do is to put a motion right in front of the court, right in front of the judge, to put a motion in. All you have to do is go to the courthouse, and if you want to tell the truth, you write up the truth, and don't forget to put in there how them police officers made you do that. Don't forget to put in there about the distress. You know what I mean? Because that shows their malice, and the pure fact of them busting up my stuff and refusing to do anything about what has happened. That shows their history, Marsha.
I know Carrie was telling me, well, they were friends of ours from years ago back out in Indian Creek, but the one still stayed friend. Carrie's been friends with him, and he's got lung cancer. And Carrie went out and seen him yesterday, and he had an estranged girlfriend that he put a restraining order on, and she kept driving up and down County Road E. And when he called the police, they said, "Oh, she can drive up and down that road anytime she wants to." Well, then when he got nasty with them and said what he was going to do, they were going to come out and arrest him. And he's on oxygen because he's dying of lung cancer.
Yeah, and
he said he also knows of another guy, Carrie didn't know who it was, that the cops set up for doing meth.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're going to have a hard time with that one because, you know what? I don't do meth, Marsha, and I never done meth. So, you know what I mean? I have drug convictions from a long time ago, but you know what? That isn't like this meth they have here. You know, we're talking 25 years ago, Marsha, and I told you what it was about my roommates. I mean, you could read the whole case. The whole case, I have that whole case file in my in them files that my sister took, and you can read all about it. It's all about my roommates, and I just took the rap for it because there was no sense in all of us getting in trouble.
Yeah, Julia told me about that.
You know what I mean? And I knew they were doing it, and that's why I moved to Wisconsin and never allowed that crap in my house again. You know what I mean? They're going to look pretty stupid if they want to say that meth was being used in that house. Why do you think I'm looking for somebody to take samples off the wall? You know what I mean?
Did you find anybody?
I haven't yet. That was my next thing to do. I've been trying to look for an attorney to sue them all day. I've been calling attorneys and attorneys and attorneys and attorneys. So,
let me see which ones I did the screenshot of.
And I have not gotten any of your emails back, but you know I'm at my grandfather's, right?
Well, I didn't think you were, because when I kept trying to get a hold of you, I thought my mind went in another direction.
Well, I'm at my grandfather's, and I'd rather, like, you know, can we like talk about this in the morning? I'm gonna get up. I'm coming that way in the morning, and
what time? Because Kiara can't be here when you come.
I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just gonna get up, and I need to come that way in the morning. I'll have to call, but the thing is that you know, you need to go down there and put that motion into the court.
Can you wait until I get back here from Amory?
Well, I can try to wait until you get back from Amory, but I need to get with my insurance company, and I need to talk to some people about filing a restraining order on these police, and I'm gonna have to make Captain Hall don't want to come out to my house. I told them, I said I want to come to my house, and they won't even come there. You remember how they said I had to call them to come to my house, and they refused to come there, and all that stuff, and you know. But ironically, they said they would have no problem. They go, well, we could remove them from your house for you, and I'm like, yeah, you just want to start more stuff. You want to start more fighting because that's what they want to do. They want us to fight, so you get mad, so you'll keep their little nonsense that they're lying about. But I'm telling you that you need to file a motion dropping all that stuff. I never touched your daughter. There was nothing there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I mean, if need be, you might want to tell them just a little bit about your daughter needs counseling. You know what I mean?
That's happening.
Well, you need to tell them that your daughter needs counseling, and that it was something that you know other people know about. You know, Bonnie know.
You this screenshot.
Huh?
I'm sending you this screenshot.
I don't know, but I didn't get any of what you said.
No. Right now I'm sending you one.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying I didn't get anything that you did send.
Okay, it's trying to go through. I mean,
And
another thing that happened, and I had no control over this because I just noticed it this afternoon. Okay, you know the tree over the hammock? Okay, and the flowers hanging there, and I mean, it poured last night here. It poured today.
Yep.
And I don't know if the weight from the flowers brought the branch down.
Yeah.
So I took the flowers and I put them up by the flagpole.
Yeah.
Oh God, is this gonna go through?
I don't know. I barely got it because at night, you know what? Around here at night, there's no service. So I mean that's.
Okay, it went through at 9:04.
I haven't got nothing.
This one talks about their website mentions police brutality lawyers, Media Law LLC.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to get a hold of that Alan Nelson tomorrow. So
who's that?
He's the one that took them and made them take the venue to a different. He made them go to Madison and all that and beat them. So I'm really looking for attorneys that have sued them so they know which officers are dirty on their force and they know how they play.
They're all dirty.
Well, I'm beginning to think that because I told that sheriff I gave him every chance to do something right about this, and Mr. Watt didn't want to do nothing about it. He goes, well, there's procedures, and I told him, I said, we've been there and we complained to the Orbits, we complained to Hall. I mean, how many times have I given Hall statements of? I mean, how many times have you been with me where I've given Captain Hall statements, and he didn't do nothing about it?
I know, he's a smart ass. I was in EMT class with him.
Well, I'm just saying, how many times were you there with me? 3 or 4?
I think we were down there at least 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times I gave him statements in the presence of you, in the presence of me, and you know what? He, according to Mr. Walk, they know nothing about me complaining. Yeah, isn't that funny? So it's like, you know, so I'm just, all I'm saying, Marsha, is I know this is a bad thing, and I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm trying to keep my cool and just try not to let them drive things apart and make them any worse than they are. But, you know, the truth needs to be said. You know what I mean? And the truth is you've never seen me with what?
A gun?
And I mean, and that, you know, and I mean, it'd be pretty, you know, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, if this ever went to trial and they put you on the stand and you said that, oh, I seen them with guns, they're gonna ask, well, what were they? Explain them in detail. Do they have laser scopes? Do they have scopes? Do they have straps? Do they have this? Do they have that? You know what I mean? And that would be pretty bad. You know, so I'm just saying I'm trying to stop a whole lot of nonsense and just the truth be out, you know. They forced you into saying that, and I heard everything he said. I heard what he was telling you how I'm a murderer and stuff like that. And that's why I want to meet with you, because after you make that motion, and you put that motion in court, then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to take that motion and I'm going to use it to file a restraining order on them for going around telling people that. And the judge may not grant it because they're police officers, but I'm going to file it because that's one way of saying that you have a big problem in your police department and you better do something about it.
Okay, can Can I ask you something that's off the track here? And I know we've talked about this before.
What?
If you weren't having anything to do with anybody, then why were those text messages on your phone
Because
from a girl?
I told you that I had to keep my relations. And you know why? Because of my son.
Yeah, but if you had just found out that you had a son...
Marsha, listen.
I know.
No, listen,